The United Healthcare CEO that was just taken out is a very interesting unfolding story. So, guys, the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, was just murdered the other day. And it was an assassination style. And for those of you that saw the video, pretty interesting video. Now, looking at the video after it came out, it dawned on me, this guy's not a professional. Like, not even a little bit. Not only is he not a professional, he didn't really know what he was doing, as he never tested the weapon, because apparently it was a 22, or it could have been a 22, excuse me. Had a silencer on it. The first shot he took went into the guy's leg somewhere, either his calf or the back of his thigh. The gun jerked down on the first pull of that trigger. A professional would have walked a lot closer to him and did it somewhere else in the head region, let's say. Or put it square in his back, right through his spine and through his heart, which would have taken him out just the same. So the way it happened and the way it went down, and when you watch the video, you're like, all right, this is not a professional. And multiple shots, and you look at it again, you're like, this is personal. This is not a sanctioned hit. This is something personal, especially being that the bullet casings had engraved words on it. The engraved words were delay, deny, defend. That's a book about the healthcare system here in the United States and how they suck for the most part. So, interestingly enough, guys, when I found that part out, that there were words engraved on the casings that were left on the floor purposefully, that made more sense in the world. I was like, okay, this is personal. So the story is starting to unfold and become very, very interesting. On top of everything else, Brian Thompson was also being investigated by the DOJ for insider trading and fraud. So this guy has already had a mountain of shit on him already, and then this happened. So of course the DOJ is stepping in. NYPD's all over it, but they have the DOJ now breathing down their necks, right? Because listen, you're a detective already. You already got it. They're already trying to solve this case because it's a high-profile case. Now you got federal government agents breathing down your neck. Then you have, I think, the company putting out a $10,000 reward within hours of him being offed. $10,000 reward within hours of him being off to find this guy. There's a lot going on here, and again, the story is just going to get better and better. They're probably going to do a movie about this, and they're gonna have Mark Wahlberg as a shooter and Tom Hanks as as Brian Thompson. It's one or the other, because or vice versa. Tom Hanks the shooter and Mark Wahlberg as Brian Thompson. Whatever. My point is that this is going to be interesting, and it's going to get interesting. And another tidbit of information, which I saw it as a red flag. I don't know if anybody else saw it that way, but him and his wife have been apart for a year. They're still married, but they're apart from each other, and I think because of all of this shit that he has going on. So that plays into the character of Brian Thompson, not so much the shooter story. The guy that pulled the trigger, if they catch him, I hope it's a good story. And when I mean I hope it's a good story, I think it's something personal. To me, it seems like when I saw the picture of the guy, I looked, before they unmasked him, right? Before they found a video of him with no mask on. The first video I saw, he had a mask on. I looked at the dude, I'm like, first of all, he's white. He doesn't have a assassin style about him. And it looked like a guy that was revenging something. Whether it was his wife or his kids, and something medically didn't get paid, or they got duped, and he's taking his vengeance out on this guy. That's how it felt to me the first time I saw it. I said, this doesn't, and then when I saw the video, I'm like, that's not a hitman. It was just the way he handled the weapon and the way I was just all off. And then I watched these guys. I don't know who they were. I think they might have been operators, meaning special forces, just by the way they were talking. And they said the same shit. And they put me on to the fact that he got shot in the leg. I thought he got shot in the first one in the upper back, but they said he got shot in the leg And I was like, okay, that made sense. And then they said, that's the way he handled the gun. I'm like, that's what I was saying. It was kind of sloppy for a hitman. Anyway, so come to the conclusion, and again, the wording on the engraved wording on the bullet casing, I'm like, this is personal. Hitmen don't make shit personal. They take out the subject and they walk away. He got close to the guy, shot him again, and then walked off, got on the city bike, went into Central Park. And I know what he did in Central Park. I know exactly what he did in Central Park. He had another book bag stashed in Central Park somewhere. He changed clothes. He sat there overnight. He moved slowly through the park, probably into Harlem, waited for first light, got on a subway, and it probably a ditched car somewhere, and he's off to the races. Now that they got his face, it doesn't matter. He's probably in like Kansas or maybe stuck in the middle of Nebraska somewhere. But he's out of New York City. He's out of the tri-state area. He's gone. Now they're going to be looking for this guy, but I think he's going to be long gone. And he might turn himself in. Now that his face is out in the open, if he did it for vengeance, he might turn himself in. Other than that, guys, this is a very interesting story. I'm having a good time with this story, actually, because this is just something that if this is what I think it is, this is going to be a really good debating kind of topic, because people from all over are going to put their 2 cents in. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.